Title: The Lost Episode. You ever hear about the Seinfeld episode that never aired? Not the usual unaired pilot or network reject. I'm talking about a real episode. One that NBC buried, or tried to. It doesn't have a title. Online it's usually referred to as The Lost Episode or The Apartment Below. I only saw it once. On a VHS tape I found at an estate sale in Queens. The box had no label, just the NBC logo scratched in with a knife. I should have thrown it away. But curiosity, you know. It starts like a normal episode. The theme music is slightly off, slower, deeper, like someone humming it underwater. The audience laughter cuts in too early and too loud. Cold open. Jerry's in his apartment with George. George, I think there's someone living under your apartment. Jerry, under me. George, yeah, under you. Below the first floor, like negative floors. Jerry, what is this? Some kind of invisible tenant. George insists he heard a knock from the floor itself while sleeping over. Cue Kramer sliding in, but not in his usual chaotic burst. He kind of drifts in. He doesn't say anything. He just stares at the camera for way too long before finally mumbling, "They don't like being heard." Audience laughter, but it's wrong. It sounds looped, glitchy, like one person laughing, copied over and over. The next few scenes get more bizarre. Elaine is dating a guy who claims he lives in apartment B1, but she can never find the door. It keeps moving. First on the third floor, then behind the laundry machines, then under a trapdoor in the boiler room. Jerry starts hearing things at night. Low whispers through the floor. He tapes it, plays it for George. "You can just barely hear, Jerry. You shouldn't be above." George freaks out and starts pacing. "George, you don't mess with basement people, Jerry. I read about this on a message board. You never acknowledge them. Jerry, how do you know it's not just your mother again? Maybe she tunneled in." Cue laughter, but it's more distorted now. A scream is layered in, too faint to notice at first. There's a short stand-up interlude. Jerry is on stage at the comedy club, but the crowd is completely silent. He tells a joke about neighbors who live downstairs and also beneath your soul. Then he just stares into the camera, expressionless, for 10 full seconds. Back at the apartment, Elaine goes missing. Jerry and George find a strange hatch in his closet, one that wasn't there before. They climb down, past pipes that breathe, past walls lined with old Today Show VHS tapes, and reach a hallway that goes impossibly far in every direction. They see Elaine at the end, standing, but not facing them. Her voice is flat. "Elaine, they said if I brought 2 more, I could stay." Suddenly, the lights flicker. A laugh track starts up, but it's warped and echoing in reverse. Jerry turns to George. "Jerry, you ever feel like we're not the ones being watched?" "George, what does that mean, Jerry?" "That maybe we're the rerun." Final scene, Kramer in Jerry's apartment alone, staring at the camera again. "Kramer, it's always been the same episode. You just forgot." Then he smiles, wide and unnatural. Teeth too many, too long. Smash cut. End credits roll silently. No music. Just black screen and white text. For those below, the tape ends there. No NBC logo. Just static. But for a split second, I swear I saw Jerry's face in it. Not looking at me. Smiling. I tried to play it again, but the tape snapped in the VCR. And sometimes, late at night, I swear I can hear muffled laughter from under the floorboards. Title: The Episode That Wasn't. It started as a rumor on a niche TV memorabilia forum. An unaired Seinfeld episode found on a production assistant's backup drive. People called it the episode that wasn't. No air date, no title card, and no record of it in NBC archives. A friend of mine, TV editor, huge Seinfeld nerd, got his hands on a copy. He said it looked unfinished, not in the technical sense. It looked fully edited, high quality, but it felt wrong, like it wasn't supposed to exist. He sent it to me the night before he disappeared. Monk's Cafe, day. Jerry, George, Elaine, and Kramer are in the booth, but they're all completely silent. No music, no chatter. Just the ambient hum of the diner. Kramer slowly stirs his coffee. George is staring at the wall. Elaine mouths something, but there's no sound. Finally, Jerry speaks, but it's not his voice. It's someone else's. A woman, whispering. Jerry distorted. Something's wrong. Cut to his apartment. Jerry's apartment night. There are no lights on, but the apartment is lit. The light source is never shown. Outside the window, there's nothing. No buildings, no city, just a flat gray void. Kramer walks in slowly, his shirt inside out. His hair isn't standing up like usual. It's wet, stringy. Kramer serious. They changed the script. Jerry, what script? Kramer, ours. There's a pause. Kramer, we're not written anymore. The next day, George notices that no one at work responds to him. Not his boss, not the receptionist, even his reflection in a hallway mirror won't mimic his movements. He goes back to Monk's. George, I don't think I'm real. Jerry. I asked the counter guy for a menu, and he just stared at me, like I was furniture. Jerry, well, that's not new. George, no. He looked through me, like I was already gone. No laugh track. Later, Elaine goes to see her off and on again boyfriend. She rings the doorbell, but when the door opens, there's just static behind it. Visual static. Like a corrupted TV feed, but physical. You can hear it buzz. She takes a step forward and vanishes. The camera lingers. Cut to Jerry's apartment. The fridge is gone. The couch is gone. The walls are closing in, literally. The space shrinking. Jerry doesn't notice. He just sits at the table, repeating a phrase over and over. Jerry calmly. What's the deal with nothing? What's the deal with nothing? What's the deal with nothing? Kramer walks in, but he's backwards. Literally, he's walking in reverse. His eyes are gone. He stands silently, then says, Kramer in human voice. Time to wrap it up, Jer. They're pulling the plug. Suddenly, black screen, then white text fades in. Final draft rejected. August 4th, 1998. We couldn't let them say goodbye. The episode ends with the usual credits music, but slowed to a crawl, almost ambient, like it's melting. Then silence. My friend stopped replying after sending me that file. I visited his apartment a week later. The door was unlocked. Inside, everything was perfectly clean, except his TV, which was playing a blank Seinfeld title card on loop. Just the font. No episode name. No sound. The weirdest part. His whiteboard calendar had one note written in red marker, all caps. Don't watch the last laugh. And underneath that, we're still on